All right, got point piece here. Christianity, Nazism, fascism, they all came from the cult of Divus Julius, for Julius Caesar Christ. And of course, he mutated. And today we can see the result. There is no morality in Christianity. Nazism is just a branch of Christianity, just like Mormonism and Adventism. You be the judge. Here are some Christian words.
May 1945. For most people, the Second World War is over. Millions of German soldiers are taken prisoners.
Christian German soldiers. Yeah, the Christian victors.
Many SS men try to vanish. They're afraid of what they call victor's justice.
That wasn't justice. It was a form of revenge. I mean, it didn't have anything at all to do with rights and laws. The laws were cobbled together afterwards.
Right.
It was a disgrace. The defender and the judge were the same people.
Yeah, Christian US, Christian British, and Christian Russians.
For the victor, Brunner was his assistant.
Christians, they went to Argentina.
Zany, Hitler's man for special operations, is regarded as the head of the escape organization.
Yeah.
Und dort haben wir dann Kontakt auf.
And then we made contact with what was called the SS network. And two of Scorseni's comrades had managed to get jobs in the Linz discharge office. And they brought us our American discharge papers up to the mountain hut where we were hiding.
Yeah, and the Vatican helped them.
Then we discharged ourselves.
The fellow Christians.
A rubber stamp from the hut and put our fingerprints on the papers, all 10 fingers, and then we were discharged.
Awarded Knight's Cross and a specialist in unorthodox missions behind enemy lines, was one of Hitler's showcase heroes.
Yeah, Christian Hitler was very pious.
He was a strong character. He was what they call in Austria an order giver. And he was used to having his orders obeyed.
Went to Spain, Christian Spain.
One of the SS escape routes is through the Zillertal. Take escapees across the Alpine passes to Italy.
Yeah, all Christian. The Mussolini, the Pope, the all Christian.
One of the starting points is Brixen, South Tyrol.
They all hate the Jews because they're Christ
killers. This route was also
killers.
used by former SS officer Josef Ferterl. In a previously unknown tape recording from 1979, he recalls those who helped him.
You stay with priests. Bishop. See? Christian. All the Catholic, all the Christians help them.
Helpers behind the scenes.
Especially the Vatican priest.
He obtained the passports and said you have to take that train and do this like that and this like that. He organized the whole trip.
And the American Christians also helped them too.
Remember how tense it was.
Because in secret they have killed the Christ killer, the Jews.
Until we got over the pass and then we drank some wine.
Like the KKK and all these people too.
We celebrated the fact that we were over the Brenner Pass and so on. Italy was just perfect.
Lead to Rome.
Yeah.
Here, senior dignitaries are glad to help anti-communists.
Devoted Christian Hitler with Pius XII, with the future Pius XII, and here's leaving church. I thought he was an atheist. And my gosh, and look at this, the swastika and the cross, and people helping the poor, and swearing by God to obey the laws, and there is nuns loving Hitler. What's going on here?
Difficult things in the world. That's your excuse. Know anything about Vatican intelligence. Now, you can talk all you want to, but I don't think anybody's ever cracked that one. Now, we know that the Vatican was supporting the Latin American countries by willing to send Catholics with visas to help fill their quotas with respect to skilled labor. We knew that was Vatican policy.
Yep.
Including the SS, is the German National Foundation Santa Maria dell'Anima in Rome.
See? See that?
The rector of the theological college there is the Austrian Bishop Alois Hudal.
There you go, Hudal.
He had German nationalist views.
That's right. The Nazis.
He didn't think it was right for someone to suffer.
They killed the
because
Jews.
The dream was for Germany
Christ killers.
the way it had been before the Treaty of Versailles. It's possible that he helped someone now and then, but it wasn't a systematic procedure, I don't think. At least the files
Christianity is a despicable mental illness.
Was the case.
Despicable.
One
They had
thing
no
is
morality in Christianity.
Hudal helped one SS officers to escape.
Yeah, these retards have been screwing up humankind for 1,500 years
Hudal's
with the
secretary,
lies and
Hans
deceit.
Mahler, recalls one significant episode.
Yeah.
Musste man ja wohl auch nur eine Weihnachtsfeier machen. Und diese Weihnachtsfeier wurde veranstaltet in der Casa Generalizia der
Franciscans, yeah, help them. Any Christian, help all the fellow Nazi Christians.
Ich weiß, dass der Bischof Hudal aufstand und sagte, ich freue mich heute hier 110 gesuchte Christen.
They're welcome in the 110 war criminals.
Sie mögen gesucht werden, wo sie wollen.
They are safe.
Sind sie sicher?
After the war, Rome is a meeting point for refugees. The International Red Cross has papers available for people who do not have passports or ID cards.
It developed into a sort of central office for what were termed displaced persons.
That's right. Sure.
People without any papers. Simply to
amazing.
enable them to get to the places they came from, they needed some sort of identity document. Was quite possible. And it is well known that when representatives of the Vatican requested such Red Cross identity papers for people they were helping,
The city of nuts, the Vatican.
Processed immediately.
Another one called Jerusalem.
Become forgers.
See, they're experts at it.
Mal einen kleinen Kursus geben, meinte der Herr Pfarrer. Dann hat er mir das gezeigt. Also Sie kaufen sich erstmal ein Stück Zellophan.
They're lying and
Dieses Zellophan.
deceit for 1,500 years. They're experts at it.
Drauf. Sie müssen ein Original haben.
There's no morality in Christianity.
Eine ganz feine Feder und nehmen Sie Stempeltusche. Und jetzt zeichnen Sie nach.
They're experts in making copies.
Venezolanischen Plastik, da sind, glaube ich, 5 Leute nach Venezuela.
Making forgeries.
Gefahren daher. Ja,
They did that with history.
Diesen Pass.
In the 3rd
As
century.
well as Bishop Hudal, there are many other
Christian
helpers.
America also hated the Jews as Christ killers, taking all the symbols from Rome, including the swastika, which is a symbol of the sun.
Why?
The Americans know it, and they look other way because they are Christians.
To be the rector of this college for years. And I think that's a legitimate question. I'll tell you what my answer is.
The Pope knew it too.
Keeping Hudal there, it distracted attention from Draganovich.
Krunoslav Draganovich is one of the priests in the service of the fascist Ustasha regime.
Look at that.
in
Look what he
Croatia.
did.
Just like the pious Christian crusaders catapulting heads over cities in Jerusalem.
After the war, he is the man to see in Rome to assist war criminals. Here he helps
Right.
is the Croatian dictator Ante Pavelic, his puppet.
Get rid of all the Jews.
During the war, Pavelic was responsible for the mass murder of Serbs, Jews, and Muslims.
See that? The Christ killers. The heretics.
The Americans turned to Father Draganovich, even though he is on record as a fascist.
See? They turned the other way, the Americans.
Draganovich did obtain visas.
They're Christians.
To the Vatican somehow. We don't know how he obtained them. And he wanted American money. He charges $1,500, $1,400 to $1,500 in greenbacks, and he would produce visas. Now he made the pretense that they had to be good Catholics and all of that sort of thing. So everybody we sent down the rat line was a good Catholic.
Formers abroad. The SS war criminals used the same escape route, and
right.
they have nothing to fear.
Draganovich and other people could funnel other people down that line because they knew it was perfectly safe.
Right.
As everybody knows,
With Christian Americans.
their whole army of them went down through the
Right.
rat line.
People like Klaus Barbie, Gestapo boss in Lyon, later a U.S. agent. Using a forged passport, he flees to Bolivia
Look at that.
with a recommendation.
U.S. agent. He killed millions of people. Millions of Jews.
The bureaucrat of death, Adolf Eichmann, finds his way to Argentina in 1950.
Exactly. Exactly. Christian America looked the other way.
Ralph, inventor of the gas truck, escapes to Chile via Syria.
See that? See?
At least $5,000, $6,000 that we sent down the rat line. In other words, the visa was $1,500, but then you had, the people at the safe house, you had the people at the port. We always had one of the police chiefs at Naples and one in Genoa that we had on the payroll. I'd always ask, where did these people get all this money? Because it took quite a bit of money to do the bribing that we did.
Where does the money come from for an escape like this?
One is mentally healthy, in other words, an atheist, and very well educated. We know the things and we know the truth, and they should be taught to children, especially here in this country. Christ a causes infected country. Pace di oro.